A room full of voices, but none of them are mine. So I learned how to sing before I'm taught how to hide. And then halfway through my performance, I heard laughter. I was in grade 9 in arts high school where I majored in vocals. And as a vocal major, our exams aren't written tests, they're performances. You stand up, you sing, and everybody watches. So on exam day, when it was my turn, I walked to the front of the classroom, took a deep breath, and started to sing. In the beginning, everything was normal. I was focused, I was in my zone, I was doing great. But then I heard it. And then I saw it. 2 students at the back of the classroom started laughing, whispering while looking straight at me. For a moment, I didn't know what to do. My mind flooded with questions. Why were they laughing? Did I mess something up? Did I sound bad? I knew I couldn't let it distract me. As an experienced performer, I knew I had a choice. I could focus on the laughter, or I could focus on the music. So I shifted back into my song, and I just kept singing. But when I went home that day, the moment, it wouldn't leave me. It kept replaying over and over and over in my head. But that is when I realized. The laughter lasted maybe 5-10 seconds, but this noise in my head lasted so much longer. And for the first time, I asked myself, what is this noise? And that is what I'm here to talk to you about today. Something that's a part of each and every one of our lives and has become a big part of mine. Throughout my high school experience, I've been known as the singer guy. The guy who's always posting his covers online. The guy who performs wherever he can. The guy who's chasing his dreams. Because I put myself out there, I've received this reputation. But I've also received many opinions. A lot of judgment. And not all of it's been positive. People have gone out of their way to put me down, whether it's online or to my face. And I'd be lying if I said it wasn't hurtful, because it was. And it's been hard at times, until I realized something. And I'm not saying this because I want sympathy or because I'm a victim. No, this is my story, and we've all been through our hardships. But I am saying this because when you spend a lot of time putting your voice out into the world, you become familiar with noise. And over time, through my experiences, I learned something. I started to understand something. We all have a choice on whether we let our voices be silenced or whether we give them a microphone. And if we do find our voices being silenced, it happens through what I've come to call the 3 noises. Before I jump into the 3 noises, let me just quickly clarify what I mean when I say our voices. As a singer-songwriter and aspiring artist, my voice is everything. It's my instrument. It's how I sing, it's how I write my songs, it's how I express myself emotionally and sonically. But this isn't just true for artists or singers like me. It's true for everyone. Everybody has a voice. But I don't just mean the sound we make when we speak. No, I mean the voice that carries our ideas, our thoughts, our perspectives, our identity, the truest parts of who we are as people are communicated through our voice. But what happens when that voice meets noise? That is when the 3 noises come in. All right, so the first noise is external noise. This, I promise you, everyone in this room knows it very well. It's simply when someone says something and you hear it. That transaction we've done a million times. It might sound like you can't do it, or that doesn't look good, or that's a dumb idea. Anything. And sometimes it's not even words. It's an eye roll, a smirk, laughter. When those kids laughed at me, it felt like an attack. It felt personal, and it was hurtful. But that is the power that external noise has. It can make you feel embarrassed, criticized, rejected, unsure of yourself, if you let it. But that changes. External noise is brief. The moment passes, the people walk away. But what they said changes in your head, and it can stay in there. And that is when the second noise begins. The second noise is imagined noise. Now, this noise is completely different. No one actually says anything, but your brain starts to anticipate, predict what people might think or how they might react. For example, I used to experience this a lot in my songwriting. I remember one day I was on my bed writing about an idea I was really, really excited about. I was really proud of myself. I wrote the first line of the chorus, and then I stopped. A thought popped in my head. What if people don't like this? And that stemmed into something that completely consumed me. Next thing I knew, I was rewriting ideas, crossing things out before I even gave them the chance to breathe. What just happened? In that moment, there was no audience. There was no critics. Just me. Yet this imagined noise already started silencing my voice before the world even had the chance to. Now, that's pretty unique to me. But trust me when I say imagined noise is everywhere. For example, in classrooms, when you know the answer, but you don't raise up your hand. Or even on our phones, when we write a text from our heart, we read it again, and then we delete it. Or even when it comes to social media. When we do want to post something, we take a video, we take a photo, and then we decide it's not good enough. We don't post it. But when imagined noise keeps repeating for too long, something happens. It turns into the third noise. It turns into the final noise, the internal noise. Now, this noise is by far the most dangerous because no one actually says anything. It happens all inside. This is what happens when we've all heard the external noise. We've imagined how people think and how they might react, and now we internalize it. We start editing ourselves automatically. We don't raise up our hand. We don't speak up. We don't share our ideas. We withhold ourselves because all we can hear is the noise. No one silences us because we learned to do that ourselves. We became our own noise. And that's how voices disappear. Not because we lose our ideas, not because we lose our talents, but because the noise becomes louder than our actual voices. Because we allow the noise to become louder than our actual voices. I still think about that moment, standing there, watching them laugh. But that day, I made a choice. Instead of listening to the noise, the laughter, I listened to the music. I listened to me. And now I understand something. The noise doesn't disappear. It doesn't. The laughter was still there. But yet, in that moment, my voice was louder. I actually sang louder. And that right there is the choice we all face. Not whether the noise will show up, because it will. Whether it's external, imagined, or internal, the voice will be there. But our microphones aren't meant for the noise. They're meant for our voices. So I urge you, if you haven't already, take your microphone. Use it only for your voice. Be loud. Be proud. Be authentic. And share your voice, regardless of the noise. So I learned how to sing before I'm taught how to hide.